Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mikayla and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my updated tanning routine and how to get a spray tan at home by yourself. I'm so excited for this video because I feel like my tanning routine has changed so much over the past year. I really just started self-tanning about 2 years ago, and when I first started, let me tell you, I was so bad at it, and now I feel like I've gotten my own routine down, especially for my skin. I have freckles, I have a fair skin tone, so when I apply a tan, it's gonna look different than on somebody else with like a darker skin tone or a more olive complexion or whatnot. So I have perfected what works best for me and what looks best on my skin tone and my skin type. So today I'll be walking you through my whole routine from start to finish. So I'm gonna break this down into 3 parts. First, we're gonna start with tanning prep. So how do I start my routine? So I always have to prep my skin, especially because I have really sensitive skin and I also have fair skin. So I feel like I have to be super exfoliated for the tan to sit well on my skin. I feel like if I just applied the tan on non-exfoliated skin, it would look super patchy and it would just not lay well and it would not last well. It would probably only last a few days. I feel like tan in general doesn't show up as dark on my skin tone, and it also doesn't last as long as it promotes that it will or that it does for other people. So when I was watching other people's videos, I was like, why does my tan not look like that? Why doesn't it develop as dark? And it's just because my skin type, I don't know, it's like a resistance to DHA. I think at the end of the day, like, I have no idea why it does that, but I think that the DHA just doesn't react to my skin the same as it does for other people. So unfortunately, tan just doesn't show up as dark or stay as long as like a normal person would. So I'm just speaking from my own experience. Maybe you have this issue too, but I wanted to show you guys what I try to do to work around that. I usually tan once a week. I usually pick like Thursdays or Fridays to do this. This week I did Thursday, and I always do it on a hair wash day. So I always try to prep my skin the same day that I do the tan instead of exfoliating one day and then waiting 24 hours to tan like some other people suggest. I always do it the same day. I feel like this is what works best for my skin type. I don't know why, it just works better. I always get into the shower, do my regular hair routine. So I do shampoo, conditioner. I always go in with a face mask, an exfoliating face mask specifically, so that I can get all the dead skin cells and get the dry skin off my face, clip my hair up, and I move into the exfoliating of my body. I sometimes start fresh and I try to exfoliate off the whole complete tan. That's only after maybe 2 to 3 weeks of layering a tan, so I only do that once a month and I start from scratch. But usually I am layering tans, and I'm totally fine with that because I feel like the way that I do it allows the tan to maintain itself by layering it, like blends in with the old tan. I always go in and wash my body with a loofah. I use a loofah every day. If you don't use a loofah, what are you doing with your life, honey? You need a loofah. Then I go in with a pair of exfoliating gloves. These ones are from Amazon. They come in a huge pack. I will link them below, but these are literally the best. They're the best and they're the most affordable. These, they truly do exfoliate off everything. Soap on them, lather them together, and then I go in and exfoliate. When I want to like do my whole body, I just go in circular motions around my whole body and it sloughs off the old tan. But if I want to layer, I only get the dry areas. So I'll get my elbows, I'll get my knees, I'll get my ankles, all the places that the tan looks a little bit patchy or it just needs to be like, honestly, think about it as like you're sanding something down to like put a fresh coat of primer on it. That's exactly how I like think about it. So then after I exfoliate, I go in and I shave. So now I've exfoliated, I took my shower, I rinsed my hair out and everything, and I get out of the shower. Do not apply anything to your skin. Let your skin sit for a minute, then go in and apply some lotion, oil-free lotion. I always use Jergens, but any oil-free lotion, and that it has to be specifically oil-free lotion because oils break down down the tan, and you don't want that. And I get my elbows, my wrists, my knees, my like ankles, anything that is going to maybe be patchy or dry, I get those areas. The rest of my body I leave completely dry. Even though it might feel weird not to put lotion on after you shower, like just do not. Also, do not apply deodorant. Don't apply anything to your body besides that little amount of lotion. I promise this will like completely change the game. If you apply lotion before you tan, it's going to come off because there is like a barrier layer on your skin. After I shower, I always wait about at least an hour between showering and tanning because I feel like it allows my pores to close and not get those like little dots, you know what I'm talking about, like in your pores when you apply the tanner on it. And it also allows your skin to dry and not be so moisturized so that it holds on to the tan better. So now we're moving on to part 2, which is the tanning process. I'm going to share with you guys a few products that I have been using. I have been loving these products and they have been game changing. I am so excited to be partnering with Minetan Body and Skin. You guys, they are the best tanning company because they have something for everybody from beginner to professional. They are just the best tanning company that I found for customizing your tan. The tanner that I really like from them has been the Express Tan Mousse in Ultra Dark. I love this stuff. It's actually a 1 hour express tan, but you can leave it on for longer if you want it to develop longer, so you can really control your tan, and this is how I do it. But if you have a preference for an undertone, they have an array of different kinds that have different undertones that are specified for your skin. They also have water-based, they have sprays, they have glow drops, they have everything. Anything with a pink or cool undertone has worked really well for me. Olive undertones as well, but if they have a red undertone, I feel like it looks more like a sunburn, and that's not really the look I'm going for. I want it to be more golden. The good thing about Minetan is that you can actually go onto their website and take a quiz and find out which is best for your skin tone, and they have a bunch of different ones with different undertones, so they have ones that are perfect for everybody, which is really cool in my opinion. The best thing that I have discovered from them is the at-home spray tan machine. You guys, it comes in a pack like this. So there is a spray tan machine, it comes with a bottle of the tanner, and it also comes with a glove. This is made for the average person, the average tanner, to self-tan and spray tan at home. I think that is just such a genius concept because like how many times have we gone and got a spray tan and paid like 50 bucks for the spray tan? This tool itself is like literally changed the game. So I'm gonna show you guys how I use it and all of my tips and tricks for that as well. For this spray tan machine, you can buy the refills. I get the ultra dark one because I love the color, and I also love that it's an express tan. When I'm not using the spray tan machine, I love using the ultra dark mousse. It's the same product as the spray tan, except you're doing it old school and putting it on with a mitt. So if you travel a lot or you're just starting out, I would highly recommend doing the mousse. Okay, so now I'm gonna walk you through how I tan with the spray tan machine. So there are instructions that are included in the spray tan kit, but you're able to adjust the way that the nozzle turns and sprays the formula onto your skin. So it's really customizable. You can customize the flow amount, so you can customize like how much product is going onto your skin, which I find really cool and unique. And it also has a built-in fan. You guys, this is like the biggest game changer for me because I used to sit around and be so sticky and gross and like wait to dry, and this literally dries you as it sprays. It is so genius. I always start with my legs and I work my way up. It's just easier that way so that I'm not bending over and creasing the tan. I just don't want anything to be uneven, so I start from the bottom and work my way up to my head. So I always start with my legs, and I like to start in an up and down motion. I feel like this is just easier for me to do. You can also do side to side. You can like switch the nozzle around and it'll spray side to side. So it's really easy to customize and what is comfortable for you, but it's super lightweight and just easy to do. And then you can use your mitt to buff any spots in or go over it after each leg or each part that you do and buff it in to make sure that it is even. This is the mitt that I like to use. I actually used it yesterday. This is from Amazon. This is always just my go-to mitt, but they do provide you a mitt in the kit, so you don't have to go buy a new one. It's literally literally like all in one. So I start with my legs in an up and down motion, and then I move up to my stomach and I get my back as well. It's really hard to get your back, but I always have to just like lean up and push my arm down to get my back and like work my arms around. That's why I like starting with my legs and moving up to my torso. Then I do my arms and then I do my chest. And I always go in with a second layer. I let it dry and go in with a second layer because I feel like it just looks so much better and it develops darker on me. In case you miss any spots or if something's patchy, you're gonna be blending it out with the new layer anyways. So I always leave my hands and my feet and my face without the tanner on it, and then I'll go in after the fact and I'll use a makeup brush. Any makeup brush, as long as it's dense enough but still flexible to get in between your fingers, your toes, and all that stuff. So I take the brush and I apply the Minetan Glow Drops to my face. I do about 2 to 3 drops, just the right color to match the rest of my tan. So I apply that to my face and I get it a little bit down my neck, just blending it out. And then I go in and do my hands. If I'm using the mousse, I put about half a pump, maybe even a quarter of a pump on the brush and I blend it out. I always get in between my fingers and then I do like a clock. I get my knuckles and so that there's no like white lines in between the folds of my knuckles. Then I move on to my feet and I do the same process on my feet and make sure that everything's blended out. I get my ankles again and I blend it up my leg a little bit just so that nothing is like, there's no like harsh lines or anything. The best advice I could give you when doing this is to stand in front of a mirror and make sure that everything is even, and if you see any uneven spots, go back in with the mitt or go in with the brush and just make sure that everything's blended out. So now we're tanned and we wait. Make sure that your tan is dry before you get dressed. The best way that I have found is with the spray tan machine. It has that built-in fan, and when you turn it on and you don't press this, the fan just goes. So you could literally just take this and go over your whole body and make sure that everything is dry. It dries it like super quick. I literally used to be so sticky all the time and this has changed the game. So with this tan, since it is a express tan, I always leave it on for about 6 hours anyways. I just want to get the darkest tan as possible, so I just keep it on for about 6 to 8 hours. This tan does dry down and it is not sticky at all once it's dry, so I'm able to like sit around my house and it not transfer on anything. Obviously I take precautions. I always wear like super oversized black or like dark t-shirts and sweatpants, and I make sure that I don't sit on like my white bed, of course. Even if it does transfer, it is washable, so it will wash out and you don't even have to use bleach, it'll just come out. For the most part, sleep in my tan just because I don't like to feel like I have tan on when I'm walking around the house or like sitting around or like working or whatever. So I like to sleep in my tan and just get it done and over with overnight. And the best way that I have found is to change my sheet color to like a beige. I got them from, honestly, I think it was like Target or Walmart, and it was like the best hack for transferring on your sheets. Beige colors, so even if you did stain it a little bit, it wouldn't be as bad as getting it on your white sheets. So now we've waited however long we feel is right for the tan to develop, and now we rinse off. So I feel like in the past I've made the mistake of rinsing off and the whole tan just comes off because I sit in either too hot of water, or I just sit in the shower for way too long, or I scrub at it, or I use soap or whatnot. So here are the steps I would recommend to take for rinsing off. I always just hop in the shower, lukewarm water. It is so annoying. I really like hot showers, but this is just a rinse, and I try to get off the tan as quick as possible. I look at the water to make sure that the color is coming off, and once the water is clear is when I hop out. It usually takes about 45 seconds to a minute. Super quick. Get in, rinse off the tan. I don't really rub my skin, and then I get out and I pat dry. I don't rub my skin because that'll rub the tan off, but I do pat dry. I make sure not to put on any lotion, not yet. I don't put on any lotion. This is a huge process, you guys, but I don't put anything on, and I let the tan develop for the next 8 hours. So the tan is going to develop over the next day and then some that you have the tan on after you rinse. So I always let it develop to its fullest potential before using soap. So now that we've tanned, we've rinsed, and we've let it develop, now we're moving on to part 3, which is tanning maintenance. So the key in my opinion, to maintaining your tan is moisturizing your body. You need to be putting on lotion maybe even twice a day if you want it to last that long. Your skin cannot get dry. Like, it just can't. You have to be moisturized at all times. That's the only way your tan is going to last, and it's going to fade without being patchy or like crumbling up or getting disgusting on your skin. This is the best way that I have found to have my tan fade gradually and look super natural while it happens. So I always use an oil-free moisturizer is the best way to do it, because any oils in your lotion will break down the tans. And then another lotion that I really like is a gradual tanner. So you can get a gradual tanner from the drugstore. Minetan has one, but you can use any gradual tan and it will help extend the life of your tan and also give you a glow. Another thing I like to use for my face to maintain that glow, I always have the bronzing drops from Minetan, and then there's also a rosewater tanning spray that I like to use because I can use it on my face and my chest and mix these drops in with your moisturizer, your SPF or whatever, and you can have them on your face and developing throughout the day. On average, the tans last about a week before I need to exfoliate and buff out the rough edges and start the whole cycle over. So that, my friends, is how I tan. That's the full process. All right, you guys, and that completes this tanning routine video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below, and I will leave everything linked in the description below, as well as my discount code with Minetan. Thank you again to Minetan for working with me on this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.